Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop
Yes.
rolls. Of course, before we get started, a few announcements, those being channel programs. Tomorrow night, Elisandra in space, playing through Starfield as a corporate spy. Will we be able to stop a corporation from producing mind control technology? And will we be able to maybe take it for ourselves? Come and find out. Then, on Wednesday, Wild Ambition Underworld Tales continues as our party finds themselves in the underworld. Things are going, and they'll get to see what happens next time. Then on Friday, the Astral Calling continues with our current floor master vexing the party at every turn. Floor master, thank you so much for all the work you do.
Like the actual name of the floor master, because we've had like nobility and tradition.
Oh, it's manipulation.
Oh, fuck.
Will our party be able to figure out where the floor master is? Join us this week and find out.
I think our number one suspicion right now is Zoe. Who's not even in the campaign on Fridays. Oh, what? You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me for a fucking minute. Uh-huh.
You know what the best part is? If the party doesn't figure it out but still manages to clear the floor, I'm never going to tell them. Because it is possible. It is possible for the party not to figure out where or who the floor master is, or meet them at all, and clear this floor. So we'll find out. It'll be very fun. But
we shall see.
That's Friday. Saturday, Salt and Strategy. Will, Matt, Calf, Chad, Solasta, Crown of the Magister. The crown's hanging up. I took the price tag off. We're going to go deep.
Character development.
Congratulations.
I'm so proud.
Just broke though. We're going to go deep. We're going to finish off the game, hopefully before I go for Rose's wedding.
We can only hope.
That's the goal. Otherwise, we'll be like at the final boss, and we'll have to like stop right before and then like wait 2 weeks to finish the game, which would be, Sunday this week we are off. There will be no cozy co-op. It's Thanksgiving in Canada, and I'm going to go and spend it with Emily's family. It's going to be a good time. Then, of course, Monday night, The Strength of Thousands AP. It's what you're watching right now. And why are you watching? Well, you're watching because of the awesome people on this channel and on this show. And let me tell you about the most awesome of them tonight. Of course, we have Matt, who is our lovely GM. Excuse me.
Yes, keep it coming.
Who is our lovely GM. And Matt, why don't you go ahead and introduce the other folks in this show for us?
Yes, hello everyone. As Will mentioned, I am Matt, or Urbanoff at various places on the internet. We are here to play the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. But there is no adventure path without those to walk it. And we have some people who might actually fly it instead. McKenna, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Oh, this week on Path Flyers, I'm McKenna Raytynan, and I am playing my Path Flyer, Avi Avi, the Nyctera witch, with her little wings and her terrifying tiny bat hands. I actually have little bat wings for eyeliner tonight. They're very subtle, and you can't really
Very
see
nice.
them from far away.
That's like how I draw
I'm
eyelashes.
hoping chat can make them out.
Yeah, they can.
I do draw eyelashes like that sometimes. Now I'm drawing them on my own face. I am McKenna Ray Art on all of the WW dots if you want to see me elsewhere. I'll probably have a longer TikTok up to not tomorrow, Wednesday. But tonight it's just a short one.
Mhm.
And that's all I got. Wait, Matthew,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have a
I
silly
do. I was waiting
question?
for you to finish.
Yeah. Oh.
The silly question for tonight, and it is a very silly question and a very weeb question. If your character had a ultimate sort of ability, like a Bonkai or a domain expansion, or I don't know, an ultimate attack or something cool, what would Avi Avi's be? What is Avi Avi's limit break?
Listening to
You
that,
can
I
dial.
think shaved 5 years off of my lifespan, a la like that scene from the Princess Bride.
Well, according to
I've
plan,
just
I
sucked
gain the life
5
that they
years
lose.
of your life away. Uh,
Tell me how that feels. And be honest, it's for science.
Stuff I wouldn't be surprised if Mercedes did.
Oh, shut up.
Avi Avi just
Jesus.
summons 100 Mercedes as the Legion.
Yeah, Mercedes no jutsu. That's her ult.
Still thought it would have been
You
like
could
a
have worse
Kiara.
problems, I'm just saying. No, I think in all seriousness, I think, turning into a dragon is a pretty solid ultimate. Unfortunately, though, that is
Very fairy
eventually
tale-esque.
it's eventually going to become what's obsolete
To be fair,
mechanically.
you do have at least full flight in that form, opposed to the limited flight you have with your bat.
I can fly for, I think it's 5 minutes every hour now at this point. It's either 5 or 10 minutes.
But as a dragon, you can potentially carry people.
That is true. That's the biggest thing is, in my flight, I can't carry people,
Bat
but
dragon bus, bat dragon bus.
Bat Dragon Bus! Luckily, once I get 8th level spells, I can heighten that. But for now, I've been like, oh boy, a plus 22 to hit is not great. And I always forget that the plus to hit does not scale with the way like the ACs in Battleform scales.
Either hold on, what was I gonna say now? Damn it.
True.
I completely forgot what it was. It was funny too, damn it. Anyway, but moving on to someone who probably appreciates the silly question a lot more. Will, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi there, my name's Will. Also known as Tabletop Roles on the Internet. I'm playing Igora, Gamma, and Choco. I feel like each of their alts would be different. Just because they're all each different beings. Eventually, like, mechanically, Gamma will get an ability, like, fire off an energy beam that I am calling Gamma Ha.
I will give you no points for originality, but I will at least smile at that.
I think it's good.
You ever stop?
Moving on.
Going lore accurately for Igora, it would be the summoning jutsu from Naruto, because summoning
Just make a giant Igora.
Gamma. No, giant Gamma.
God damn, I keep getting mixed up. They're all frogs.
And then for Choco, it would be the Chocobo Rush alt from a Final Fantasy fighting game where like you just summoned a whole bunch of Chocobos and they just like ran over the enemy.
I love it.
It's not that I've put thought into this at all, but
I could have sworn I played a game where one of the ultimate abilities sort of was you summoned a swarm of things. Oh, it was Heroes of the Storm. It was like Murlocs.
yes, it was Murloc. It was Murky's alt that you could grab that I would use.
March of the Murlocs, yeah.
Yep.
I missed that game.
I missed that game too.
And last but certainly not least, the flower of our garden, or, something of the graveyard. Zoe, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi everybody, I'm Zoe. I go by Zozy Pose on the internet. If you want to see this cool look I've got going, I posted some closer close-ups on my Instagram. And I'm playing Ophelia. She's our Whisper Elf Bard. And her ultimate ability would be... it'd probably be like a music staff. Like, IRL, like it would come to life, and like all of the notes would like be like visually there, and they could probably like go and like attack people. And I want to say it would be like a charm, so it would like pull them and also like smack them. The pull and smack. I'll come up with the name later.
I like it.
Muses
And
relic.
inspired by Zoe's makeup tonight, who can tell me the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
Cemeteries were parks.
Hmm?
Cemeteries were parks. Graveyards were not.
Not the answer I was looking for.
Is one of them? One of them.
Squishy in chat got it.
Oh, okay.
Because a graveyard is attached to a church.
Oh.
Cemeteries are freestanding. They don't necessarily are attached to any buildings.
I really thought one of them was like, "Hey, we're full," and one of them is like, "Hey, we're still accepting."
But you know what? Either way, before we roll that intro, either way, people are dying to get into them.
Welcome back, everyone. And because I didn't actually have a chance to answer my silly question, me as the DM would summon my stand, anything but ordinary, which scrambles everyone's senses within a certain radius. So you would see out of your skin, hear out of your eyes, and taste out of your ears potentially. And it switches every 8 minutes.
Why 8?
Also, I have a knife. Like the one bad guy in JoJo's, his only ability is that he can potentially de-age you, and he has a hatchet. It's like, well,
potentially, and he has a hatchet.
Well, he doesn't age everyone, I think, in a radius around him, but he's like, well, now you're children, now you're much easier to murder with an axe. JoJo villains, they're weird.
He said, I have no problem killing children.
I mean, it's JoJo.
They can't run as fast.
Yikes.
It's Halloween. Anyway. But last we left our group of brave lore speakers. I'm not sure if I'm being called out in their chat or Will.
No, it's me. Every time. It's not every time, but like once a month at least, whenever I'm driving Emily home, I drive by a graveyard.
And you don't hold your breath?
I say that pun. Not every time. Like once a month.
I believe you, Emily, that he says it every time. I understand.
Also, am I the only one who does that when you drive by a graveyard? You hold your breath?
Only for some.
I don't do that.
But anyway, last time we left our brave lore speakers of Magambia. They had been tasked by the god boy king of Mazzali, Walkana, to recover some ancient tablets from the long-abandoned Shrine of the Eclipse. While excavating this ruined structure, they made a number of discoveries, learned a bit more about what had transpired in the shrine, and, though they didn't need to, helped an ancient priestess achieve her interrupted apotheosis and become technically a worshipable god now. She has a portfolio. You can be a cleric of her. It's pretty cool. I always enjoy the world state changing halfway through the campaign. You guys recovered the tablets.
World state change, but I have to wonder how much this would actually affect our characters in game.
Not a particular mod. None of you use divine magic, so.
No. And even if we did, you'd think that would actually make us less inclined to follow this new goddess, because we already have a god that we follow.
I mean, but yeah, you got a personal connection. And maybe you like this one more. Maybe you were born into the other one.
Oh, disloyalty.
Yes.
Is it disloyalty
Don't
or is
be-
it evolution?
Don't be disloyal to the religious organization you were born into and leave it. No.
Mm. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, Igra.
Madeline.
Honey Madeline,
And
I
Igra.
do declare.
I don't recall.
Wednesday is bleeding in. But you guys have accomplished all your objectives in the Shrine of the Eclipse now. You found the tablets, which, when handed over to Walkana, I'm sure he will interpret in a way that is beneficial to him.
That's
Which-
why we got it.
Yeah. Not that there's a great avenue for any other course of action with them, honestly. But you also did find something very interesting, especially to certain members of the party. You found what appears to be a map to a long, myth-shrouded city somewhere in the jungle, rumored to hold many secrets and possible riches.
The way Avi's like not even a little bit interested in the riches and is 99% interested in the secrets. Oops, all secrets.
Good old archaeologists. Or anthropologists, perhaps?
I don't see her putting things in museums just for the sake of it. I don't know which of those does which.
Well, I think anthropology is more a study of people specifically, I think.
Yeah. I suppose they probably both do a fair bit of that, but regardless, she's just happy to be there. Or will be, potentially.
I could also be wrong about that. Someone Google those definitions. But yeah, you guys return to the ground level, and I'm going to ask you guys to quickly vote on one person to roll a dice for me.
McKenna.
It's one vote
I
for
was
McKenna.
gonna say McKenna because
Okay.
McKenna is McKenna.
Now McKenna's vote doesn't matter.
Oh. Wow,
Democracy.
okay.
I need you to roll me a D100.
Ooh. I do love a D100. Well, not when it rolls a 9.
That's actually okay. So
Did we
you
roll
guys,
low?
well, that implies that one of the two potential results of this is either preferable or not. It is a result, neither good nor bad necessarily. But you guys return upstairs, and there is still the matter of a prisoner that was caught.
Ah, that's
Who here
right.
remembers the guy's name?
Oh. Hold up. I wrote
Okay,
it down.
I will wait.
God, I wrote it down. Oh, maybe I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't think that much of him. Okay.
Where did it go? I know I wrote this guy's name down.
Check the bots.
Leek/Zazie.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's still Zazie still here to deal with. You guys chose whether you want to, let him go, what you maybe want to try and convince him to do once you let him go, or just, bury him in a shallow grave. I'm sure Igra's thought about it.
Well,
Thought
Igra
about
would
it.
only bury him in a very, very deep pit. Let's be clear about that.
it's funny you should say that.
Okay.
Because here's what I'm thinking, you all. All right? We don't need to kill the guy.
Also, where are you having this conversation?
Probably in a private room somewhere.
Oh, okay. Away
But-
from him being able to hear this.
But we can kind of probably scare him into silence.
What information do we think that he has that we'd be scared about them finding out?
You know what? Fair enough. That's true. Okay.
Also, I think he's gonna have good reason to not want to go back because I don't think he wants to face that guy without the sketch, and I'm not giving that sketch back to him.
That's fair. All right. Well,
With the
don't need
finger
to
wagging.
don't need to go with Plan E then. Cool.
I mean, listen, finders keepers.
Oh, I was going to have him dig a hole for himself, and then I was going to knock him out, and then we were going to take him back to the city and be like, "Hey, you got a second chance. Don't waste it."
What? Make him think he died?
Make him think he was about to die, and then, have him have a second shot at life that he wasn't expecting.
Also, I'd like to point out that knocking people out in Pathfinder is actually kind of difficult without risking killing them.
Hmm.
Unless you do non-lethal damage, I suppose, yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. That sounds
Well, no, it's not.
traumatic.
Hmm.
Ophelia, please.
I mean,
You're
listen.
doing a lot of homing, and I don't know how
Like I
to
said,
feel
that
about
was
Okay.
that was a last
What'll
resort.
make you
So we
feel-
don't
what
we
do you-
don't we don't need to do it. It's fine. That was a last resort. That, old habits.
Would it make you feel better if I go,
I think
Avi?
No.
I feel like Avi would be more put at ease with like something more somber, like a
Oh, like a
Yeah, like a
Like what all the professors used to do back
Like
at the Megambia.
Ooh, maybe
let
two
this train
hmms.
go.
We could do like two, like a 3 if you're feeling really lucky.
Harmonize
These
with
are all
me.
still sounding agreeable, and I think the baseline here is that I don't agree with having a man dig his own grave and then knocking him out and then not burying him or burying him. Both are bad.
I think it's funny.
Endurance of Darkness raised a hand. So you object to the grave not going to use?
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Then someone could trip and fall into it. This could have negative consequences beyond our control. I think we can just tell him he can go.
Desmond effect, if you will.
What?
Desmond, because of butterfly. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so do we want to tell him to?
Well, I mean, let's walk him back to town because, like, honestly, I'm not going. Listen, we were walking through here. There were those death birds,
That's true.
and
There
like,
was a
if we're
difference.
going to let him go, I feel like letting him go in a forest full of death birds alone is probably not going to accomplish what we want to accomplish by letting him go.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, if he made it here, right? So he could probably make it back himself.
Yeah, fair.
We'll
Let him go.
We'll let him decide. Maybe I think.
Yeah.
Also, having him travel with us would give him an opportunity to steal the tablets.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe.
Maybe we should kill
So
him.
maybe we should knock him out.
Yeah, we can just like bonk and just carry him back.
Yeah, just bonk him.
Yeah.
Maybe we go. Maybe we go. And maybe we have the Bright Lines escort him back to the city.
They will be. They do mention that if you guys are finished your business, they are going to be taking a very alternate and very circuitous route away because it's like the things you don't want to be seen coming back together.
So then we can
Yes,
have the
yes.
Bright Lions bonk him.
Yeah. And when we say bonk, just to be clear, Bright Lions, we do not mean like kill him and just like knock him out and carry him home.
I mean, we probably weren't going to do that anyway.
All right,
Bonk.
cool.
You know,
I mean, if he was working for Walkana, maybe we might consider it. But
Well, I still think you guys should be wary of. What is it? The Illuminated Tree? That's what they're calling themselves?
oh, the weirdos in the white robes.
Yeah.
The very same.
The very obvious cult that some people seem to be okay with for some reason.
Well, but they're okay with it because they're not hurting anyone.
Yet when my cult came to
yet.
towns, people
Not
were
yet.
scared of us.
Well,
just because you
that's
wear
because you killed
bones.
people. It's because
The
you
Bright
killed
Line's going to just hold up their
people.
hands. I feel like there's a lot of baggage here that we don't necessarily need to be a part of right now. So we're just going to take the guy and escort him away, not kill him, but probably leave him in like a small part of the forest and just say, "Stay here for 10 minutes. Don't follow us."
That's fair.
We appreciate
All
that,
right,
as long as
all
And he's
right.
like, "You know what? I'm okay with that. I found my way out here fine on my own. I'll find my own way. Nice meeting
That's
y'all.
what
Thank you again for not killing me."
Good. We are so like-minded.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Had you
if
tried to kill us, you probably would be dead.
I choose not to make this into an argument. I have
I'm gonna
nothing to
shoot him as he
gain by
walks
win.
away. No,
I have nothing to gain by winning this argument.
No.
I mean, no, statistically speaking, most things that have tried to kill us have died.
Yes, but it only takes the one.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Things are only impossible until they're not.
Missing contest. Truly.
What? No, I'm just
Bye.
stating
We
facts.
get to go. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. So, unless you guys have some other business here on the, ruined floor of this thing, if you want to like fill your packs with the magically producing food.
Yes.
The only thing I do want to double check that I do still have the sketch in my inventory to make sure that I can't imagine how he would lift it off of me, but
No, you still have it.
okay, good.
It
Igor
wasn't
would-
a magical illusion in place, and he had been untied this entire time and invisible.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I just want to listen. Some of these things, I don't want to get back to Megami and be like, the sketch is missing. I'd be like, God fucking damn it! Like, I need to check these things.
I do remember that memorable moment through one of the critical live shows. It's like, I choose to cast a spell. You could if you still had your component pouch, and they're all like, oh.
Igor would like to take Avi into that like kitchen room where the soup would appear, and just.
I
be
mean,
like,
it was in like the chambers. I think
Yeah.
it was A6, but yeah.
Hey Avi, can you like take down the runes that do this so that it could be like studied and maybe replicated elsewhere?
Maybe.
Like just do like a quick like jot down.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can
I would, but I'm dumb as bricks. So
You can certainly take down. There's not a whole lot of runes. You can make a very detailed sketch if you want. Just by studying it, though, you're a little unhopeful. This is kind of one of those ancient, very different from anything I've ever seen kind of magics.
Yeah,
You
some of
might be able to pull it off, but you're like, I wouldn't bet on my own chances.
Oh.
someone might be able
But
to.
it's
I will
not
write it down
impossible.
Anyway. And is there any way to take it with us?
No, it is built into the walls. You'd have to dismantle an entire wall. Plus, that might turn it off.
Cool.
That's true.
Cue Kool-Aid Gama. Oh yeah.
No. Leave the wall alone. It's okay.
All right.
Let's just go back and get Wakana his tablets and get this city some basic human rights back, and then we can finally go home.
Well, don't we? Well, Avi. Point of order. We are here. Map points to Golden City over there. It would kind of be a waste to go back to the Magambia just to come back out here to head to Golden City.
Everyone, give me a society check.
I want to go home. I like home. We haven't been home in forever.
Literal months.
I miss being home.
Wonder if I'll get a-
Ophelia, you as someone who has
All right.
done performances for many groups of people, and have overheard various conversations over the years now, you know that the mythical city that you guys supposedly have a map to now is a very popular and very enduring kind of myth / legend / dream that some people have. And there are some people you know of at the barest hint that someone has a lead to this sort of thing would probably sneak into someone's room and knife them in their sleep to get it. So you kind of like just pat Avi on the shoulder like, maybe let's not talk about the Golden City out loud just anywhere.
Well, we're alone right now.
I know, you're saying it now, but
Yeah, for future reference. Self-preservation, all that goodness and light.
Understandable. What else?
But I do want to go home and check on the cult.
Yeah.
for a second there, I thought you said the caulk. Like, I've been doing some caulking at home. I need to go make sure it's set properly.
I've got this home renovation thing that I've been doing, and I had
really
to leave
need
it
to
in
check
the
on
Y'all-
my new
I want to get
walk-in
started on
closet.
the...
Y'all
On the-
laugh, but my father
side
literally
board.
spent the weekend doing that to the shed we built outside.
It's important. You gotta
It is
waterproof the
important.
things.
You need things have to be
Gotta
airtight,
go
otherwise
your
you're gonna have
wagon now.
bugs
Every now and
everywhere.
then, you gotta redo it in the bathroom because you try to keep that stuff, out of getting in the caulking and like everything, but it gets in there and then you have to
I
pull
mean,
it all
here's the
out.
thing. The Magambia needs caulk because there were so many bugs, but
Oh, God,
if they
yeah.
had properly sealed everything, that wouldn't have been a problem.
Conversations I didn't expect to happen tonight, but I can only blame myself for.
Mm-hmm.
God, that
Is
happens
the
a lot.
Magambia properly cocked? That's the real question.
Hi.
Anyway, Also, to note, you guys step outside, and because you guys have been inside for the last couple of days too, it takes you sort of a moment to realize, but things just seem kind of brighter and more pleasant around this shrine now.
Mm.
Like, it seemed a little ominous when you first showed up, like the trees were kind of spooky and scary and everything, and it was cloudy and everything, but now it might just be different weather, but things seem nicer here. The
Sun
sun is
god,
shining a bit more.
sun god magic.
It's gotta be Dajar Mube?
I like that pronunciation.
That's
Also,
right.
you potentially also did free a ton of people from sort of an undead purgatory, so
Oh, that also, yeah.
probably
Super-
just improved the
super nice.
vibe.
Well, I suppose, like them, it's time for
Wonderful.
us to move on.
Let's go kick Walkana's butt. I mean, let's
No.
go give this to
We're not allowed to
Walkana.
start a
You-
revolution.
The sun feels particularly hot for a second.
Could you imagine we do all this work, play their games for fucking months, and then go, fuck it, and then just kick
Fuck
his
him.
ass?
Well, no,
The
then he
11th
like
hour.
solar beams you out of the pyramid.
I mean, if
Yeah.
anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be us.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We could probably take him once we hit level 20.
I would love to set that up as another of the potential cool things we do at the end.
Yeah.
Just a Walkana cage match.
Because I think he's only like a CR 25 creature.
Oh, only a CR25 free?
Only.
Hey, the Lord of Light was a CR 30 and y'all handled him fine.
That's true.
Anyway.
Not to mention you've had not only him, but like there were like stages and crazy stuff. So I'm just gonna read some text for this. Once the heroes recover the temple's tablets and confirm they've cleared it of dangers, they are free to meet with Walkana once and conclude their diplomatic negotiations. Walkana is true to his word because he is lawful evil,
best
and
pet
goes,
lawful.
pardon me, and goes through with his policy changes to agree to at the end of chapter 1. He makes a spectacle of this policy change. He like goes out onto this grand promenade that sticks out from the side of one of the ziggurats, and you guys are like, you know, in comfy chairs behind him or something. And he announces this all to the people. He declares the delegation to be new allies of Mazzali and decrees his changes to the city. Now, these potentially could have been minor, or the significant ones you guys have achieved because you worked hard on that diplomacy for like 3 weeks and months in game. And there are many cheers from the city. Zoe, you see Ophelia's posse and like a little part of the crowd cheering, including the old guy who's like, I'm not sure what's going on, but I like the atmosphere. Afterwards, Neruka meets with the delegation to tie up the visit. She thanks you all for your time and helps prepare you for your departure. She presents every member of the delegation with Walkana's seal, a small golden emblem bearing the city's coat of arms on one side and Walkana's religious symbol on the other. The seal grants the heroes lifetime visitation rights to Mazzali, allowing them to return to the city as they please. At this point, you guys sort of have a choice. You and the delegation are free to return to Nantambu, or remain in Mazzali for a time. If you decide to stay in Mazzali, it's no longer on Walkana's munificence,
Dime.
or his dime, yeah.
If only
so
we
you have to
had a
make your own-
house.
Yeah. Though, with the recently discovered location of Osabu, you might be eager to get out there and check things out. And that ends
Can
chapter 2.
I do want to have a conversation with Nkiruka.
All right.
I don't know if you've noticed, and you probably don't need me to warn you about it, but the illuminated tree, well, let's call them what they are. They are cultists. They are a little bit dangerous, and I don't think you need me to tell you not to let a religious order into your city, or at least, to the very least, be wary of them. But we had been attacked by them previously, apropos of really nothing. And I just thought it might be a good idea to warn you that they are maybe not as benign as they may first appear.
He smiles kind of thinly and without humor at you and assures you that if they overstep their bounds, Walkana, I'm sure, will deal with them.
I had a feeling that would be the case. I just thought I would let you know that even the people who are, petitioning for the city to have more open borders do not want them inside of your borders.
Yes, the contradiction, slight as it may be, did not escape my notice.
Yes. Anyway, thank you for your time. Glad
Pleasant
to hear we're on the
journeys.
same page. Thank you.
And as always, the friends of Walkana are always welcome back in the city.
Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's really all I had to say to her. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page about that.
I am now going to read the Chapter 3 opener, which is a little bit of a historical recount.
Ooh.
Excuse me. There were outsiders who saw the weakened council and how weak it made Mazzali. They resolved to take what they wanted from the city by force. The people of Mazzali cried out for salvation. The council tried to resist the outsiders, but they no longer possessed the power of the sun gods. The people of Mazzali tried to fight back, but few of them were warriors. The old Sun Kings watched as their city was overrun, but they could not help. The people had forgotten about them, and didn't know how to listen to their words. The outsiders marched deeper into the city, and their footsteps echoed all throughout Mazzali. These footsteps reached the ears of Walkana, and reignited the flame in his heart. He heard Mazzali's cries, and his eyes opened. These outsiders meant to take Mazzali. Walkana would not allow it. He rose and met the outsiders at the city's central temple, unleashing the fire in his heart, and incinerating those who would dare invade his city. The people cheered. Even the council bowed before Walkana's might. Mazzali was safe once again, thanks to the power of the reborn Sun King. The old Sun Kings were mistaken about Walkana, however. His time in death only fueled his fear of outsiders, allowing it to fester into even greater hate and cruelty. Walkana had returned, but rather than rehabilitated, he had become wicked. The people of Mazzali cheered at first, but as the power of Walkana's son burned away the happiness of the city, they recognized that Walkana was just like the council before him. Mazzali was not yet free. It had only survived another day to suffer under the beating fire of the sun. So yeah.
Yay!
Yay! All right, so
Well, I think that was post Cheliax invading them. That
Yes.
wasn't us.
that was post-Cheliax. It should be noted that the council referred into that from the clues you guys gathered. That council, who eventually capitulated to Walkana, they are the ones who massacred everyone at the Shrine of the Eclipse.
Wow.
Yeah, that is sort of the vibe that I got.
So, with Chapter 3, with the map to Osabu in hand, the group has a unique opportunity before them. You could follow the map to the Golden City immediately upon leaving Mazzali, but you might also feel obligated to take this knowledge to Nantambu and share it with the rest of the Magambia. There are also probably things you want to take back, a reason you want to go home back to the Magambia. If you choose not to, admittedly, the rest of the delegation will just go back. They're not going to follow you on this journey into the jungle. So yeah, you guys have a choice here at the gates of the city.
Like, we could just tell the delegation what we're doing and have them tell, like, the higher-ups of Magambia.
So,
hey, archaeology.
Will, pardon me, but I'm offering you guys here a choice. You can either take the path back to the Magambia for at least a little while, or the road to Usabu. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Road
to El Dorado.
So is the motto Saibu?
Well, it's spelled It's spelled Osibu. Osibu.
Osibu?
Osibu. That sounds good to me.
Osibu?
Osibu.
Osibu.
Osibu. Osibu. That's a little easier. Osibu.
Osibu.
So, do you guys want to dive right back into Adventure Path content, or do you want to, in the best way possible, faff about
back to the Magambia.
Or Nintambu and proper, you can't go
Well, back to the Magambia.
Here's the thing. We need to prepare for the journey, right, Avi Avi?
Need to prepare for the journey.
We need to make sure we're so ready. So,
and also,
just be
if I
patient
don't get a look at what's
longer.
going on in Nintambu, I'm going to go crazy.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you also potentially
Yeah.
do have a lot of
About that.
money you want to spend now.
Yeah, at some point, we
You know,
need to
like
touch
true
base
money.
with Sarah, who's been doing a lot of the note taking. God bless you. I miss you. I hope you're in chat right now listening
Or-
to this.
Sleeping restfully.
Love you.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I hope you're sleeping restfully. With either Butch or Teddy or Diglett, all
Sarah.
snuggled.
Sarah sent the cutest picture of Teddy this weekend when I asked how the cat show was going. And I was like, oh.
A little esteemed gentleman. Anyway, she's got all the notes about how much money we've been making and whether or not we want to rent the house in Mazzali or sell it.
Actually, that proves an interesting thing. There is one other thing that needs to be taken care of before you guys actually leave Mazzali, and that concerns a certain entourage. Because while they are very fond of you, Ophelia, they're not ready to uproot their lives and follow you out of the city yet.
I didn't expect them to.
No. But
I should always have an entourage in every city.
yes. I'm just saying, if there was anything you wanted to say to your Mazzali entourage before you left, to
All
the
right.
street urchin, the old man, and
Baku,
the textile
Kaval.
worker's daughter.
Sendori, y'all are homies. Love you. Mean it.
Word.
Bye!
I hope that Dickensian orphan finds a family.
Basically gonna tell them to stay strong, and if shit starts hitting the fan, to let us know.
I mean, the street urchin asks if they can have your house.
You can rent it.
You want to rent it?
I mean, I was thinking I would have, just a corner room that I could just, put my things in. I don't know why he's Dickensian suddenly.
You know what? We will need
Oh.
somebody to check on the property,
Oh,
You're
so
handy.
knife anyone?
right?
What?
You're a landlord now.
Oh, good. I've become everything I hate. I've lived long enough to become the villain. At only 10 years old.
9
Need the
years old.
passive income.
I mean, the passive income would be nice.
Ugh.
I mean,
Fine.
you guys are heroes of Mazzali now. The concept of renting now would probably be very desirable to certain people.
So, okay, well,
It's a themed B&B now.
That was like the Shrek Swamp one that exists now.
so
Oh,
yeah,
Get in
Lord.
some
we'll
like
rent it out. We'll
Nintambu
rent it.
stained glass.
Oh.
Really make.
I'm
it a
now
nice
going to
one
have
for the
Igra.
homeowners association.
Sorry, I'm going to have Endures of Darkness present this idea because Matt, wanted to present this idea. Could we potentially turn the house into Magambia Embassy?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, we could charge the school rent.
Would the school pay?
Probably.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Hell yeah!
They
let's
they are
do that.
sidestepping the concept that any gifts you guys accrued while you were in the city, especially things as big as a house, might have gone to the school anyway. But as always, the Magambia is giving the students lots of leeway.
Oh,
As always, the Magambia makes us do all their work and calls it school.
Then they try to take all our money, to which we say,
Yeah, weren't we supposed to get a student allowance? What happened to that? What
You guys
happened
get a
to that?
salary
We
now.
got it-
You're lore
we got it
speakers.
once. Oh, Oh, we get a salary? That's
This is
news
literally
to
our
me.
job.
That's
Well, we don't pay
news to
rent,
me.
do we? We don't pay rent.
We live rent free.
You do.
That's not the same.
In your minds. Ooh.
Anyway, I think if the Magambia will pay us rent, then that's absolutely what we should do, because then we can just rent out one of the rooms to the Dickensian orphan
Well, that's much
for
better.
free.
Ooh, I can store all my false teeth in there.
How many false teeth do you have?
I don't know. How many will you buy for me if I tell you I'm missing some?
I want to leave. Can we go?
Well,
I don't
abandoned
know, Ozzy.
again. This
I
is
don't-
how I became an orphan the first time.
Baku,
Alright,
Baku,
you're
with all
watching over
respect.
you watch. You're watch.
Thumbs up. But yeah, you guys head back to Nantambo and the Magambia. You're eager to see home that you haven't seen in literal in-game months. Do you guys want to head straight to the school? Do you want to make a your way through the city maybe?
I absolutely want to make my way through the city, hear the sounds, see the sights,
Hear the Colts.
see what the fuck is going on.
What's
All right.
going on?
Get a general vibe check.
Well, actually, yeah. Give me a perception check as you come into the city, as you're walking the streets, to check out, what's going on, what's different, what's the vibe. Take to the city's temperature. Oh, Ophelia.
I'm not even
That
gonna
is
bother.
wild.
Oh, no.
so. It is
Because
a
it's
nat 1.
It's a nat 1. Then I will have Agate bother rolling.
It was a nat 1.
Oh god, it's worse.
But I did waste
Worse than
a nat 20.
Making
so
a
sad.
delivery of Igora.
You know what?
City.
Fuck it. I will use that hero point if you'll allow it.
Sure,
Because that's such a waste.
that's fine. So, making way through the city, because, yeah, a few things reach your guys' ears. First off, apparently, someone, though you haven't gotten the identity of who, but someone apparently is now taken the role of Frog's Legs Ghostwriter, and they are like dictating a book from inside jail.
Oh.
And it's
Yeah,
apparently going to be a hot seller by the time it's done. Someone is also, getting good word of mouth going, getting that pre-sale hype ready.
I want a copy of that before it's out. I think I can do it.
Yeah.
Well, thing is, just going through the streets or something, you have no idea who this ghostwriter supposedly is.
I hope it's Anchor Root.
It's me.
Also, Anchor Root's on Blue Sky now. They got an invite.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me.
Anchorroot's final tweet was, "This place scares me. I'm in a better place now."
I almost spit up my drink there.
It was cute. It was very Anchorroot. Anyway,
Here, sweet Anchor Root.
we're also now on Blue Sky.
Are we really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got an invite from Starfinder Facts.
Oh, was it from Anchor
cool.
Root?
No,
Oh, Anchor Root.
We need to
friend.
engage more with Anchor Root. But the other thing that does reach your ears is a lot of people seemingly are talking about the tree.
Yeah.
People
The
wondering
tree.
what's going on with the tree. That's a really cool tree.
It's a literal fucking tree in the middle of Nantambu now because I had a dream about that.
Just
know-
looking around, you can't see any tree just willy-nilly. But as you do make your way through the city, serpentine pattern to try and get as much exposure to the city and taking all the sights and the sounds since you've been away, you do catch at one point the sight of a rather odd-looking tree. It's not super huge because you've only been gone a few months, but it is surprisingly big considering it wasn't there when you guys left, and it seems to be growing out of what appears to be sort of like, I'm not going to say makeshift because that makes it sound a little less formal, but it seems to be growing out of what seems to be now kind of a compound. The illuminated tree seems to have acquired 4 buildings in close proximity to each other, and they essentially blocked off the alleys that kind of went between them. And in the center, there seems to be this kind of white tree growing now. It's very kind of striking and very kind of beautiful. But
I turn to Igor. To burn that thing down.
Yeah, I am already thinking of ways. I do have an idea. I'll meet you all back at the school. And Igor is just going to start walking.
where?
Hey, remember what happened last time you did that?
Yep.
It should be noted.
We're in a
It should be
city.
noted, Igra, one thing you kind of stop something and you do notice something that you're a little surprised to note. Kind of standing,
Oh God,
relaxed,
Shazari,
but
don't join the cult. Don't be joining the cult. Don't be joining the cult.
Who?
Shazari. I was like,
No,
oh,
no, no.
Shazari, no.
You do see, though, standing around a few places outside what seems to be the Illuminated Trees buildings now, are a figure that you saw in your dream. The kind of people who look a bit more kind of military-like, more like guards with these scrolls covering their faces, and they do have those worrying kind of like iridescent blades at their side. And they just seem to be sort of like, you can't even tell how they can be keeping an eye on anything because they have a freaking piece of paper on their face, but they do seem to be like just constantly like scanning the area around thing. They don't seem like they're like fanatical and stuff, but they are very much keeping watch. They appears to be like guards, which was not something you guys saw with them last time. Before it was all just like, here, have a bowl of soup, let's sit and talk and everything. And here, oh, do you need help carrying stuff? Here,
Here's a
we'll look after
pamphlet.
your kids while you're in the market or something. We've got coloring books.
So,
Now it seems like they're a little bit more closed off, but you do see not a stream of people, but traffic going in and out and everything. People talking with people dressed in the kind of the orders, clothes and stuff just at the door. They seem to be having conversations with merchants and the like. It's all very casual, seems very friendly, though you do, because you guys rolled decent perception, you do see every now and then there are people kind of wandering and far and wide who kind of are side-eyeing the compound and are like a little wary.
Interesting.
They are definitely established in the city now.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Can I go up to a shopkeeper that I have perhaps encountered before? Perhaps McKenna, the chicken salesman.
I will say, yeah, McKenna the chicken salesman. It's a little farther out there, not as close to this area as some, but you can certainly go look for McKenna the chicken salesman.
Whatever salesperson I have been to before who is like most immediately nearby, it doesn't have to be her. I just still think that's funny.
Give me a quick perception check just to find someone in short order.
Nope.
There's something about this whole situation that just has you very distracted, so it takes you a while longer than you would have liked.
Yeah.
And other people will be like, are we heading back to school, or what's going on?
Well, I just thought maybe I'd ask like a nearby merchant, pretend like I don't have any knowledge about this, and then just be like, that's a pretty tree. What's going on with that?
It just seems like the whole delegation is kind of waiting on you at this point. Like, do you want us to wait for you, or do you want us to like go ahead?
No, you can
just go on.
go to the school. And I do sort of talk to teacher out, and I go, I do think that this is concerning, and I'm hopeful that others at the Lagambia have maybe more insight on it.
I share your concerns. Admittedly, it is in part because this is something new and unexpected. We've had religious orders move into the city before. Some have been far more openly hostile to the school to begin with, which makes them coming to the city kind of strange. But fear not, we are keeping an eye, I'm sure. I will speak with some of the staff who have remained in the city while we were away. If you'd like, I can share my findings with you when you return, but I think the rest of us should move on back to the school.
Yes, of course, of course. I'm gonna just go talk to a couple of people because I'm
Oh,
curious.
yes. I mean, you're a lower speaker. You do what you wish.
So Ophelia, I'm thinking firestorm.
Are you guys having this conversation right now? Sitting on top of Gamma, just like, so, firestorm.
Thinking firestorm because it has a good range. It's like a range of like 400 feet, so we could do it from like way far away and just.
You don't think they would have like shields or anything?
Listen, if those exist, I will gladly learn about their existence and then take that technology for ourselves. Because to be entirely honest with you, we need that.
Then Magambe is threatened. Protect us.
Oh my god.
Can I maybe
That's so
make
good.
another
The
perception
Leshies in the
check?
school all just hulk out and take
Oh.
defensive positions around the school.
Endures in Darkness has flashbacks.
It begins again.
Begins again. Can I perhaps make
Or-
another perception check?
Or never changes. Go ahead. Well, no, I was gonna say, because you're just looking for a merchant to talk to that you've seen before, the perception check was just about how long it was gonna take you. You didn't fail.
Very long. Very
Yeah.
long.
Long enough that people are like, we're gonna go on ahead.
Well, hey, if
You don't
I
have to
use
go
one
if
of
you
my
don't want to.
feats for that, it'll take much less time.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Where is it? Let's use the funny little, what is it, hobnobber?
Nothing here among the elite.
The gather information exploration activity takes you half as long as normal, typically reducing the time to 1 hour. However, because of Entourage as well, that should be 30 minutes or even less than that.
I was gonna say, with so we've never really exploited here in Ntambu, but one of your entourage here in Ntambu is a bartender. He's an older gentleman, not as old as the one you acquired in Mazzali, but he's kind of a distinguished gentleman, shaven-headed, but with very kind of patrician features and a bit of a droopy mustache. Not a bottle cap mustache. We're not doing Charlie Chaplin here. But very distinguished kind of mustached gentleman who works at a nice tavern, and he can't help but overhear a lot of chat in the city. So sometimes when you need to, what's the word on the street, you go and talk to him and like, oh, what have you been hearing in your rounds? He's a big fan of your performances. He keeps like a folio of programs from your performances, Ophelia. It's all very classy.
Oh my god, that's so
Aw.
cute. Love that.
Seems nice. Maybe we can go get a drink and ask him.
Oh, absolutely. I would love a drink.
I love a drink. For some reason, I'm just picturing Mazzali as like a dry city.
Oh,
Alcohol
Yes.
just doesn't strike me as something.
only in religious services.
Yeah, not for fun. Oh
It's
my
a
god.
speakeasy, of course.
I mean,
And Shazare with the drinking.
Ntambu is not a dry city. It's a college town.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true. That's so true.
Well.
Oh god, I
we
blew up
can-
another 3 of my classmates today. Drink.
My point being, it's been a very long time since I've had a good drink. I need a good thimble full of something strong right now.
I mean, we could go grab some Shazare, but that's
No, because but this guy has information.
okay.
Will just
Let's
wants to
pregame.
see his buddy.
Listen, I haven't seen Shazare.
We're gonna
in
pregame. We're gonna pregame. Then we'll go
Okay,
see Shazari.
I'll head off. I'll meet you back
Ntambu
at the
pub
school.
crawl. Just for the record, Endures in Darkness is heading back to bring all your luggage back and get it situated back to your rooms.
Oh, Endures, don't worry about that. Choco got you.
Well, I thought I was working with Choco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Choco's got you. He has saddlebags. Just
No, but he doesn't have like thumbs. He can't open doors.
He's a beak.
Yeah.
Choco just lifts up his claw that's totally prehensile and opens and closes the door.
Something
Listen.
about that sentence is wrong, but I don't want to go into it right now.
He was the one that was opening the doors for us.
Yeah, that's true.
In all
That
of
was
the dungeons
strength
we're in.
based, though. Those weren't handled doors. They were just
Okay.
rocks.
What's
Yeah.
his
hinges.
dexterity?
Choco's dexterity? It might be higher than Igra's, actually.
Oh god.
He's a bird.
He's a burb.
No, Choco and Igra are... No, Choco's dexterity is 14.
Well, then, in that case, we will see you at school. Go give Chiseria a hug. Hello,
There's also some other business I'll take care of on the way, but yeah. Okay.
By the by,
Oh,
the tavern where the I haven't the gentleman's name, by the way, is Ordru.
Ordru.
Ordru. Ordru. And he works at a, I'm not going to say it's a themed tavern, but it's called the Beach and Penguin. And it's got like a little, it's got one of those swinging tavern signs. And it's got like a picture of the kind of little penguins you like see on beaches in Australia.
Aww.
There are some
Cute.
coasts
I love
here
them.
in the Mwangi Expanse that I'm sure see penguins every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
Tiny, tiny ones, like not like emperor penguins, but
No, but still cute. Cute.
yes. And there's some like very smooth music playing and stuff. It's a nice, classy joint.
Yeah, can you do the talking? Because I don't know this guy very much.
What's his name, Matt? I'm
Ordru.
assuming that I would already. Huh?
Ordru.
Ordru?
Ordru. Ordru.
Instead of Andrew, it's Ordru.
Ordru.
Yes.
Love. It's so good to see you.
Hi,
Hey,
Ray.
Elder Worm, thanks for the raid.
Welcome. Step into the Penguin and Beach. Or Beach and
Ooh,
Penguin.
Tavern. We're gonna
Beach
get
and
some
Penguin.
food. Little bartender.
It's taken us this long, but the adventuring party has reached a tavern. You all meet in a tavern.
Oh my gosh.
Aw.
It took us that long.
Fond memories of campaigns.
Achievement
that started
unlocked.
That way.
Hey, wasn't there like there was a secret bar in the school?
Also, you guys also went to a story competition at a tavern.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Oh, that was so fun. Oh.
That was an interesting encounter.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
you
really
guys, Ordru quickly ushers. He's a man of few words. He's a man of quiet dignity, but he does seem quite pleased to see you, and he ushers you guys to a private little booth at the back.
Ooh,
I'll have my usual, we've been
Gives you-
on.
Gives you a
for
knowing
so
nod.
long.
And for your friends.
Avi?
I've never been here before and I don't know what's good, but I'll have whatever you recommend, but this big. And she it does this with her hands. And you have like a very small glass.
Also, I should note one thing, you guys. Charlotte headed back to the school. She's not with you right now. She decided to, she wanted to get back to her lab and do some proper experimenting with some stuff she has learned across. You feel like she wanted to do like a bunch of target practice with her Pito
Aww.
and try
That's awesome.
feeding it different poisons.
Oh god.
But yeah, and Musa, he gestures at Igra.
I think Igor said
Yeah, Igra was heading off to walk the city
Oh.
for
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
he didn't want to drink with us.
I don't.
Okay.
Igra doesn't. Yeah, Igra does.
Endurance and Darkness goes with Igra though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Girls' night.
Just
Minus-
mostly because there's been a sort of a silent acknowledgement that people shouldn't wander off on their own.
Okay. Hey, Endurs,
as much as I want to.
don't tell anyone what we're doing. All right, cool.
I mean, my grades probably depend on it, so sure.
I just
Uh-oh.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Somewhere in the back of my head. I hope Igor is not holding himself over a student again in that way.
I've never.
To be fair-
I'm not even the one who implied it. It was
Hey.
Endurs.
Yeah,
I
Endurance
doubt
puts
it.
Endurance
I'm
puts
gonna say
himself
it.
in that position. But back at the tavern, I think you wanted to ask some questions. Avi.
Yes.
I just sort of lean over to Ophelia. I'm like, I mostly just want to know, like, what the general vibe has been about that tree, what people are saying about it, what people like about it, what people don't like about it. This guy would know stuff like that, like the mutterings of the city.
He makes a point of preparing your drinks at the table for you, just so he has more opportunity to stand around and talk with you guys as he prepares things. And he kind of fills you guys in what's been going on with the enlightened tree and all that while you were away. So the order still seems to be rather benign, but they have started kind of spreading out. They have managed to apparently acquire some wealthy patrons. People have felt that they are doing good work in the city, that they are proving themselves good members of the community, so there have been donations. They have started involving themselves in things that actually sort of make them like some money and the like being as facilitators or offering their services and the like. They seem to possess a great amount of kind of knowledge and book learning. They seem to have been they mostly seem to be lending out the members of their order as kind of consultants and instructors and scribes. They seem to love getting new information, and they will apparently trade people like a good meal for a story. When you come in, you tell them a good story and the like, and they'll feed you a good meal, which has endeared them a lot to some of the less well-off people in the city. On the subject of the tree, though, the tree has become a bit of a topic in the city for a couple of reasons. One, the fact that it seems to have grown kind of so rapidly. Like it first sort of poked its head up over the walls of their compound overnight. Like what sun went down, there was no tree. Sun came up, top of the tree was now visible. And it's no one ever sees it like magically growing at a rapid rate, but people are like, "I'll look away, and I swear the tree's another inch taller or something." And the second thing is that anyone who is not part of the order has never actually been in the tree's presence. Like the closest anyone who's not like a part of the order, the closest anyone's ever got has been standing right by the wall of the compound and looking up. No one has ever been allowed in the inner compound where the tree's roots touch the ground. Some people, a few underclassmen, none of them which that you guys know the name of, but younger people in the Magambia, Ordru once heard them speculating that the tree might not even be real. It might be some sort of like illusion or projection of something, or just like something is there and the tree is like a magical signature of whatever the thing is there. They've tried casting like a few things, but there's been no clear results. And these were, like junior members of the school, probably. They weren't even really that good at what they were doing, but they were discussing it one day in the tavern or something, and Ordru overheard them.
I don't remember what sort of magic you're talking about, like dispel magic, something to break.
Well, no, they never tried dispelling it because they were worried that would make, if it succeeded, that would piss some people off. And people have noted there are those sword-carrying guards around the compound who seem scary. Most of these you can't see their faces, most of them.
Well, also their swords are scary. They don't look like good swords. They look like scary swords.
But they've been trying to like detect magic, or like someone managed to like try and cast like true seeing or something to see if they could just see through the tree. None of them were successful. Just either they didn't pull the spell off, or it didn't have the desired result.
Interesting. I think true sight is something I could learn.
One of them, who's taken like the druid dedication, tried to speak to the tree, like through the ground outside the compound, but they were either too far away or they couldn't understand what they were hearing.
Has anyone tried just messaging it? Just with message?
Ordru says, from what I heard, no one was discussing that. I personally don't have any magical talent myself, and I am also mostly trying to keep out of people's business that don't come into the tavern, so
Well, your drinks are certainly magical. Thank you very much.
Yes,
You're
you
too
make the
kind.
best cocktail and the best tea.
What is Ophelia's regular? What is her usual?
It's the pink sparkle, honey. Of course, it's a drink made for her.
What's in it?
It's like a pink lemonade G&T like kind of situation.
Ooh. Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
I mean, I should hope so. It's the Shazari original.
Oh, fancy.
He
Got the good
consults.
stuff here.
So happy for him.
Full
Business is
support,
booming.
What
Yes,
is the general
Shazari is working on publishing a book called Mixomancy.
Mixomancy? That's so up his alley. It hurts.
I love it.
What is the general public reception of the illuminated tree and the actual literal tree?
Again, people are just unsure about the tree. There's very little hard information about it beyond the fact that it's there.
Sure is.
Anyone who's tried to ask about it has gotten the most artful runaround.
I had a feeling that might be the case.
And in regards to the order itself, feelings run the whole gambit of mixed across the city. As far as I'm aware, the opinion amongst the Magambia itself is very keep at a distance sort of thing. There's never been a strong religious presence in the Magambia. There are people who go to the school who have their own religious abilities, or not abilities, but beliefs, but they are there mostly for the study of primal or arcane magic. The divine...
Not a whole lot on divine or even occult, really.
It's being viewed as an oddity. They are not allowed onto the grounds even to like simply set up, like a thing with brochures or anything. They are not being, like turned away at like sword or spell point, but they are being politely declined at every entrance. And for their part, they don't seem to be pressing very hard at it. They've always only just made diplomatic inquiries and seem good-natured when they are refused. But they do keep trying. And there was some hubbub. I'll say he looks a little concerned here. There seemed to be some hubbub a few weeks back among some of the students who came in here, but they were being very tight-lipped about what it was. But there seemed to be something that seemed to have set up a bit of a stir in the Magambia.
A hubbub? Well, that's not good. Or maybe it is good. I guess we don't know. I suppose that's all I wanted to know, unless Ophelia, you had.
I mean, that's really everything. That's the whole reason that I wanted to come here instead of going to our other destination. Checking on the clothes. Our other destination being other destination, Avi.
Oh, Avi makes like a hat-tipping gesture.
Uh-huh.
And on that note, let's check in with Igara.
Oh god.
All right, let's go.
Igara and his Mushroom Friday.
Igara leads Enders to the Black Cat.
The black cat?
Morale.
The Black Hat?
Yes.
There we go.
Black Hat.
I just did a whole thing with it.
Oh, yes. Igara leads Enders to the Black Hat.
The Black Hat, you find something, Will, you did not expect.
I swear to God, the one time I come here wanting something, she's not around, I am going to scream her name into the air in rage.
There is a very out-of-place closed sign in the window that does not match the aesthetic of anything else in the shop.
Fuck. Alright, I'm going to push the door open if it's open.
The door does appear to be locked. If you want to give me a perception check, you can divine some more details.
God. Am I actually going to go in here and save this person if they're in danger? Yeah, probably. 35 for Igora.
There is a light on inside. You can see sort of like you see through into the
Natural
main.
20 for Gamma.
Gama thinks he hears some music.
Oh.
And I'll describe this. So the outer room, like the shop proper, is dark. But through the window, you can sort of see there's like a door in the back that's half open, and there's a light, and there's some music.
Oh, I think I know where Charlotte went. Okay.
We don't know that for sure.
No, Charlotte did not. There's no indication Charlotte is here.
Okay.
You don't find any spider threads.
You know what? If she's doing like a night to herself, literally the one time I'm actually coming here to like get something from, that is hilarious.
Do you want to pick?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just going to walk away and be like, okay, Anders, we're going back.
Actually, you know what? Because you got a 40 on Gamma's perception check. A little bit of movement behind you catches, because interestingly enough, because you are a Gripply, your eyes are a little bit more on the side of your head than any of your companions.
Yeah.
So you have a bit more peripheral vision than everyone else, and you, in an alley behind you, see some movement. Just some small something.
Just kind of like, look back, guys. Is that you?
And a little rat folk pokes their head out of the alleyway. Are you looking for the proprietress of the shop?
I'm mainly looking to buy things, but it looks like they're busy, so.
Something. I was personally coming for some magic thing, and he takes off his little hat, and you see the little rat folk has a bald spot on the top of his head.
Oh, dude, it's not worth it. Don't do this. She'll trap you in a box for a year for you to regrow that hair.
I mean, I've been kind of stressed at my job recently. That sounds like a bit of a vacation, but
might I
here's the thing.
Melatonin.
I don't know what that is. Is that kind of a potion?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say you may have to wait a little, boss. I came yesterday, and I saw something that was a little not what I was expecting. A gentleman went into the shop before me, and I thought, oh, I probably should wait outside. I don't want to seem like I'm overhearing their conversation. And then, not like almost like just a minute later, the guy came stumbling out of the door backwards, and there was this purple lady with horns, and she had kept like.
That's
it
the
seemed
provider.
like there seemed like there were more arms and hands or something, and they were kind of like touching his face and everything and holding him by the arm, and there was a crazy look in her eyes, and he just kind of disentangled himself and ran off the street, and she was just kind of standing there looking confused for a minute, and then went back inside, and a close sign appeared. It was real strange.
Christ almighty. Enders.
Yes, and the rat folk, a talking mushroom.
Yeah, it's fine. Enders, do you have any sort of like magical sending or messaging ability? I don't want to get Avi involved in this.
Here's a good time to mention that Endures in Darkness has made you all into a hive mind, because now you all have spores in your brains. No.
I want to die.
The mycelium. There's
Hello?
now invisible
I'd like
magic.
to purchase a...
Invisible magical roots now connect all of your brains.
What in the Walking Dead? Not the Walking Dead. The Last of Us.
Last of Us.
I mean, it's all like zombies. Unfortunately, Endures in Darkness doesn't have anything like that. It's all like just support and some combat magic.
I like it.
All right.
I mean, I could run, but I'm possibly the slowest member of the party.
Here's the thing, right? So.
Oh! I could turn into a dragon and carry you.
No, it's fine. Don't waste. Do you know how terrified that would make the regular people in the city?
Oh god, that would actually be horrifying.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
It has no eyes.
Yeah. Endures, to be entirely honest with you, as much as I want to care about this, because I actually had a shopping list that I wanted to go through with her,
I'm here for 5 orphan souls.
No, I mean like literally 2 magical items that she could probably get her hands on for me. I was just going to pay her money for. Trying to be more accepting. Anyway.
Mercedes does not deal in coin.
You know,
I mean, soul coin, maybe, from Avernus.
Oh.
She needs to power that motorcycle.
so little rat folk. What's your name, kid?
I'm 43.
Oh. So, what's your name?
That's a
Nate?
weird name.
Yeah, I'm 43. Yeah, you're right. What's your name, man?
He kind of sighs. My name's Badger.
Badger. All right, Badger. So, the guy went in. Can you tell me what the guy looked like?
I don't know. He was like a human man. He was
A
kind of
man.
older.
All right.
Or
That's
this
He
is
seemed
the
he
same
seemed
man
kind of
who-
fancy. I don't know. He said something. I think he maybe said like I only came here for like a cursed chalice or something, and that. But then he ran off.
All right. So it seems like she's going through something.
That's not that's not what I heard about this place. It seemed very out of character from what I'd heard.
Yeah, it does. And to be honest with you, I'm really not the person to be dealing with it. But it looks like I might be, which, oh boy, if there was some sort of like fourth wall existence and things were watching, they would probably be pretty entertaining. Well, this is quite the petard I have found myself hoisted by. Okay.
That is abuse what you have done to that metaphor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Hello, police.
Hello, police. I'd like to report a murder. Murder via petard, actually.
Oh no, that's horrifying. Actually, a murder. It's like saying killed by flagpole.
Exactly.
But in all seriousness, listen, buddy. You know what? If you don't want to be bald, I get that. I understand that. Fuck, do I even have... Hey,
I mean,
Endures, you got any, like, clerical stuff that could...
To be fair, I just feel the need to elaborate. I'm not naturally bald, but I had this whole thing going on where I was I was trying to learn how to be a cook, but I wasn't very good at it, so there was like a pixie that was hiding in my hair on my
All right,
head, and
fair
it would
enough. Endures, do me a favor.
yeah,
You got restoration.
yes,
Can you pop one onto this guy?
sure.
Like, it's like literally...
Restore someone's hair?
Yeah, restoration will cause... Restoration gets
For
rid
this, I'm gonna say yeah.
Restoration gets rid of lost... It gets rid of lost limbs. It can...
Well, no, that's regeneration.
No.
Regeneration.
Restoration removes like status effects.
Never mind. You got regeneration, Endures in Darkness.
I do not, but let's see if this helps. And he just
Okay.
kind of slaps the rat folk with a little meaty mushroom hand. And for a second, nothing happens. And then there's like a swirl of green magic with little glowing spores.
go.
And the hair grows back.
You're welcome.
Whoa, Badger Cooney, you have your.
Well, I do
Oh.
not want to charge you anything. I did not cast the spell, so I leave it up to Endures.
Well, thank you, Magic Man.
That's right.
Magic mushroom man.
Don't forget to buy the
you're-
Frog Legs memoir when it's out.
Your familiar is very skilled.
Not my familiar, my TA, but
I don't know what that means.
you know what,
Would
bud?
be in LA.
Yeah, I guess so. Lore assistant.
Aw.
Okay, well, I got what I needed. Have a good
one.
night.
All right.
He scampers off.
Endures, what
Where's
do you
that-
think? Do we go and check on everyone's favorite except for me, Demon Shopkeep?
I mean, I have concerns if something has occurred to make the proprietor of a shop filled with potentially dangerous magical items volatile. Perhaps it would not be best for us to do this by ourselves.
You're right. That's why we got Choco.
I'm not sure Choco is going to tip the scales that much in either direction.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm also very uncomfortable giving you advice.
Why? You're very wise. You are objectively very wise, Enders. Like you get it. You get life. You've been around.
I just feel the power dynamic here is not very balanced.
It really is. You may be my TA, but you are a close confidant, and someone who I trust the judgment of quite closely.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that, and I feel very seen.
Like, listen, the moment we get to like the end of your reviews, I'm putting you up for lore speaker. So like,
Will, give me a quick deck save.
me
Uh-oh.
Yes.
reflex save.
Yeah, Will
Reflex save.
personally, not Igra.
Did I succeed?
No.
It was me doing a
Maybe.
reflex save. 41.
Damn.
Your
I'm a frog.
you've been
That's true.
you're still fresh off the road. You were still, keeping a wary eye on the jungle as you pass through, so your combat sense is just a heightened. So you see the slightly rotted tomato fling from a second story window behind you, and an old gentleman wearing like a threadbare shirt and trousers sticking out the window. Have a heart to heart near someone else's house. I'm trying to sleep.
It could just be
Slams the window
nighttime.
shut.
That could
He
be why
said,
she's
"Shut the
closed."
hell up."
Honestly, me.
Respectfully, fuck you.
Oh,
With the blowhorn
window.
spell.
Respectfully.
With the blowhorn
Respectfully.
spell.
The window comes off his
Up
hinges
to 1
inward.
mile away, Matthew.
I hear a lot of other people stirring in their rooms now, and a few other windows opening.
Shit,
you know
shit,
who
shit.
else probably heard that? Mercedes.
She's going, oh, what the hell, Ikara? It's like, I'm coming in.
Her door is closed, and all she hears is Eager going, "Respectfully, fuck you."
I was like, well, at least it's being respectfully done.
Consent, babes. Consent.
I forgot about the fact that that cantrip's auto heighten. It's a mile away now.
You guys in the tavern, you hear a fuck you.
Honey,
Ikura made it back to the school.
no.
It sort of sounds like Ikura didn't make it back to the school.
Shall we go check on that frisky frog?
Do I send Ikura ascending to see where he is, or do I send Endures in Darkness ascending to see where he is?
Endures in darkness. As much as I don't want to pick that guy.
I'm glad you're enjoying this one. I honestly am glad you're enjoying this.
I use my one sending a day to send Endures in Darkness.
Oh,
Where are you with Ikura right now?
I'm receiving a page.
Oh, just tell them where we are in Durs. We did this whole heart to heart about not keeping secrets. As much as I wanted to just go buy items and then not have to talk about it, they can.
Well,
they
I
can-
mean, yeah,
yeah, don't.
me,
I'm not.
Matt, proving that I'm a bit of a sneaky jerk, was like, I could just tell them we're shopping.
I'm not. No, Matt. In Durs, like we said, we're trying to be more honest with each other as a group. I wanna do that. We're going to do that in Durs.
All right. Avi, Choco, Gamma, Igra, and I swung by to check on shopping options at the Black Hat. Some oddities have come up. We cannot gain entrance. We cured a rat's baldness.
If I had another sending, I would say informative, thank you. Instead, I just say we should close our tab. 10. You know what? I'll just give you one guess. What's the first place you think Igro went to? He steps foot back in Nantambo. Where's the first place this thing goes?
The
Tanji will
last
hit it with
place he
frog's
wants to
legs.
be.
Precisely. We gotta. I'm sorry. Excuse me. We need to close our tab a little early.
Already slips onto the table on a nice thing. Also, and he kind of walks back to the bar a second and speaks to one of the other bartenders. He gives him a nod and reaches under the counter and hands an envelope to Ordru and brings it over the table. And it is a dark blue envelope with kind of a teal wax seal on it. I was given this a couple weeks ago. And if you would be so kind as to pass it on to your colleague, Charlotte.
Ooh, I can do that.
I take it with gloved hands.
It looks very different from the previous letters you've had, the shenanigans. This is like, the paper is almost like velvety or silky, and the seal is in a very different kind of style.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
seal itself seems to very obviously be some sort of rune this time. But
okay.
Can you tell what kind of rune it is?
give me either a crafting or perception check.
Oh, they're exactly the same.
Oh,
Roll
same.
crafting just for fun. That's a 3. That's not
crafting
nice.
check. 28.
It's not a high DC.
Roll
You guys
6.
do notice something, that despite the seeming fanciness of this all, the seal itself seems to have been applied rather kind of clumsily. You'd think someone who went to all this trouble of making up this nice envelope and having a proper wax seal would, take the time to do it properly, but it's kind of like off center, and it's part of the embossed part of is kind of like shallower than the other, so it's like it was done at a incorrect angle.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, this will find Miss Charlotte. And I give Ordro 100% tip.
Aww.
As
How much
always,
do I owe him?
0. I paid our tab.
Oh, thank you.
as always, your patronage is appreciated, but your presence far greater so.
Oh,
I look forward, now that you're back in town, to your next performance.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys can meet up again before you head back to the school, or, Eager, if you want, you can, throw yourself against the window of the Black Hat and try and gain entrance.
No, well, I'm going to
Or
once
carve a tiny hole through the window, stick your pinky in, and summon Gamma inside.
I could just pass wall.
I mean, El Paso only works on stone. The walls of the Black Hut are wood.
Oh, well,
Wood and, wrought iron.
fire. But, no,
not
I'll...
cold iron, would they be?
No.
Oh, they would hurt Gamma if they were cold iron.
Silver is what hurts devils, I think.
I think, upon, hearing the fact that they have ascending, you're just okay, we'll just meet them halfway and know the route they'll take to get here.
No, we're just gonna meet you there. I can't tell you this, but that would make
So,
the most
Igra, you don't know
sense.
what they're planning to do. There was no further sending, so what are you deciding to do? You don't know
Right.
what they're doing.
Endures, what's the plan? What'd they tell you? What was the sending?
You're not sure if a mushroom can sweat.
What was the sending? Just...
They just asked what our situation was. They didn't actually provide any information on what their plans were.
Ah, okay, we'll just walk around the corner and sit here and wait for them then. They'll be here in 10 minutes.
Works for me. Yeah,
Quick,
get out of
Avi,
here.
let's go to the school instead. No, just kidding.
Just missed connections all night. Yeah, if you guys are making your way to your Black Hat, you eventually reach the street that it's sort of on the end of, and you see the large shape of Gamma, Igura half sitting in his mouth, Endures in Darkness kind of just standing there taking mild root, and Choco possibly eating a rat or something. Not a rat kid, just a rat he found in an alley.
What you doing, Negro?
I was going to go shopping, but they're closed, and she made out, and she was trying to get all handsy and romantic with a guy until he pushed himself away and ran away.
Being romantic? That doesn't sound like her.
It doesn't sound like
Saw
her.
them?
No, the Yosuke who endures in darkness, cured of baldness, saw it. So
He did say that y'all cured.
Oh yeah, they are called Yosuke, aren't they?
yeah.
Baldness.
I mean, do we want to just knock on the door and
I-
say hi, hello?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, there's a really out of place clothes sign. I came here to see if they could acquire me a rune and a stone, and that was it.
Interesting. Can I take a look at the close sign?
You guys want to go back to the Black Hat? Yeah.
That old man be damned.
The close sign, upon closer inspection, appears to be just like a plank of wood that, when really closely inspecting, it looks like someone with their finger burned the word closed into a piece of wood and just hung it in the door.
See, this seems hasty. This doesn't
That's
seem.
not like her at all.
Yeah. And, like, I thought that maybe, like, Charlotte was in there because there was some music playing, but.
Oh.
Madonna.
What kind of music is it? Can I listen with my whisper elf ears?
Oh my goodness gracious. I just had a
What?
thought. It's the best. It is hilarious to me. Hey Ophelia, what did you give to Mercedes?
Nothing that important.
No, you've already told us.
You've already told us.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, yes.
Okay, now what if they
Nothing that
apply
important.
what if they applied that to themselves and aren't necessarily able to handle these new feelings?
Oh.
That would be a fun twist of.
That would
That
be
is
so
that would be
incredibly fascinating.
I am a little worried. You know what?
What kind of music? No. Hey. What kind of music is it?
Give me a perception check. 31. Putting your ear to the door. It's. Have you ever heard of Celeste?
The
The-
game?
Video game?
There is a musical instrument that's known as a Celeste that operates like a piano, where you press a key and it hits a little hammer, but rather than hitting strings like in a piano, it hits tiny silver bells.
chimes.
So there's like
Oh.
gentle, like tinkling sounds, almost like maybe like kind of crystal music. Occasionally, a bit of maybe violin or anything, but it's very subtle.
Okay. Seems. Well, it's not sad music, so like, okay, sure. Let's knock on the door, Abby.
Avi's already knocking with her tiny fat hands.
Sounds like a bit of hail hitting the window.
Unless it is too late at night. Like, is it? It's not absurdly late at night. Like we got. into
No,
this
it's
early
early
hour.
evening. You guys went to a tavern, and taverns usually wait till at least midday to open, so it's early
Yeah.
evening. It's like 4:30 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This
He-
old man needs to watch his fucking mouth.
A mile
I'm gonna make up a
away.
backstory that's gonna make you very sad that you interrupted his sleep.
Matt, are you familiar with the comic where is just one guy who every year on his birthday Thanos comes and fucks with him?
Yes.
Igora is now going to do that to this old man.
Oh no.
Spoiler warning, it won't be for many more years.
Igor, no. Igor, we're not supposed to be antagonizing people that
Remember
are.
how you did that once and it caused you a big problems back in the day?
It's
Yeah.
fine.
We're supposed to be likable.
I'm knocking on the door.
I know you are.
Hello.
You knock on the door. No reply. You want to try again?
I can
Sure.
yell.
I can also
You
just
did
message
yell.
her.
Hey, listen, we heard you.
Did you?
Very faintly.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
you were really freaking loud.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
why we
guess
had to check.
I guess
on
with
you.
like magical power it does get like a mile.
Endures the
loud,
Darkness
doesn't it?
absently looks up at the door or the window frame you knocked off its hinges on top of the old man. And there's just a hole in the building right now.
Oh my god, can we like?
Also, who were you
Fix
saying
that.
fuck you to?
Oh, there's this old guy who threw a tomato at me because we were being loud on the street.
You guys look to the side. Choco is now eating the tomato.
At least the food.
Oh my god, can we fix his window?
You hear a voice like, "Once I get out from under here, I'm gonna go find a fresh potato, a hard one
Delicious.
with roots."
Spirit, old man. I'm
Fix
just. You know
this.
what? If the second knock doesn't do it.
Are you gonna try a
um,
second knock?
Yeah.
All right. Upon your second knock, there's kind of a sound, and sliding
God.
from somehow above the door, a door knocker comes down, like sliding through the door, and comes to the middle of the door, and it has like a little like cutesy Mercedes face with the door knocker in its teeth.
Oh, I
And
hate it.
says, "Hello, the mistress is currently
I hate it.
engaged. I would ask that you please come back later."
All right, time to beanie.
Understandable.
just worried that something bad had happened to her.
Oh, nothing bad is happening.
Oh, I feel bad for
okay?
Charlotte now.
Oh, she is very okay.
Okay, now when you say that, you have to understand that doesn't sound like they're actually okay.
I am not designed to be comforting.
I
Yeah,
know.
what?
Question.
Sorry?
What are your feelings on bees?
They're an important part of the ecosystem.
Then
I
you're
love
going to like
bees.
this next part.
Oh boy, let's
And
go.
bees start coming out of the thing's mouth as it opens up wider than it should.
As we're running away. Oh. Oh, that's who is in their room.
Hmm?
The bees.
What?
The buzzing. Anyway,
No,
nothing.
these are magical bees.
These are magical
Well, what?
bees.
Magical bees. All right. Well, that's.
You can tell because they've got like tiny little like cutlasses, and one of them has an eye patch, and one has an even smaller bee on its shoulder.
Point taken. Thank you very much. We will see you later. Oh, Charlotte's gonna be
The bees are
sad.
starting to swarm at you.
Charlotte is gonna be
And,
kind of.
and it's
Charlotte's
like
going to be
the thing
sad.
isn't closing its mouth. It's just more and more bees coming out of this.
That's a lot of bees. Okay, we're leaving.
It is
We're
an
leaving.
uncomfortable amount of bees.
Let's go back to the school.
You hear an old man voice, "Oh God, the bees! Not the bees!
I'm not the bees.
Oh God, why does it have a cutlass?
Maybe you should keep your window closed.
But how will I throw
His
things?"
windows broke.
Yeah, maybe that's on you. Maybe that's on you a little bit.
I will tell you guys completely out of thing. He deserves this.
Uh-oh.
He specifically rented that suite over top of, like, across the street and over from the Black Hat for reasons.
Oh, fun.
Throwing fruit reasons?
Not always. Mostly it's just people who linger around the shop and obstruct
Oh.
his view.
Sorry. Throwing fruit and veg reasons? Interesting. Alright, okay.
Well, then perhaps he will enjoy the bees.
Oh God, no!
It's just
How
a
did they
secret.
get in my pants?
Oh God. Anyway, what's going on back at the school? What's the vibe back home?
Things seem very Magambia. Students are coming back from classes now. It's later in the day. People are heading to the mess hall. People are kind of sit out on the lawn, having little study groups and the like. You're like, oh, Magambia.
I miss the Magambia.
You see in the distance, a ways away, Anchorroot is furiously chasing a group of chickadees.
Can I go help her?
She
So
kind of disappears.
cute.
She disappears from sight very quickly.
Oh,
It's a funny background event.
oh.
But
Me
yeah,
picking up Avi as she goes to run off, saving us from 1,000 episodes of filler.
No.
it was
let
going
me
to be
go
an epic
Anchorroot.
quest where you discover the origin of these chickadees.
Now I want to know.
We
Did
need
she
to
get them-
have it. Give it to
Did
us.
she
Well,
get
let me
them
ask you
from
this.
Hannah the chicken salesman.
Well, let me
Emily-
ask you this: what was Anchorroot's kind of familiar / pet?
Feathers.
Was a chicken.
Oh, their feathers have little familiar babies.
Maybe.
Oh, the things we have missed while we were in Mazzali.
And
Oh.
generations of bugs under the school have lived and died.
As they should. Good.
Natural
Alright.
bugs, mind you.
Come on, Magambia, get on the call, game.
One thing I am going to mention, just because we only have about 5 minutes left, but I'm going to let you in on the hot tea, so to speak. The what was causing the stir in the Magambia a few weeks ago that Ordrew alluded to. So it turns out you're not familiar with the particular
Oh.
student that has been named. Oh, thank you for the
Thank you for
follow.
the raid, Legends of Logomancy, and the follow, addicted GMR 77.
How does always happen near the ends of the stream?
Well, we still have a little bit of time left.
Yeah. Well, yes, we may get into this. So
Yeah.
there was a not junior student, like not a fresh student, but not a senior one either, someone you don't know, who apparently somewhat publicly dropped out and went to live with the Order of the Illuminated Tree.
Oh no.
If you guys want to give me a diplomacy or intimidation check to try and get some more information out of some of the students who knew them.
I leave that to y'all.
Oh.
What if I made a society check?
Igora just sits down with the study group, is like, hey kids, why don't you tell old lore speaker?
So, your friend left the school to join a cult.
And one of them speaks up, well, kind of looks around, kind of like he's a little sheepish, like, I hear there was a boy, there was a cute boy.
What?
They apparently met someone at like a story circle, and Augustus, that's the student who left. He got talking with a cute boy who was part of the order, and they started seeing each other in the city a lot, and eventually he just dropped out.
Well, that's
he had like a great career in like abjuration magic.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he just really liked this cute boy who we never even heard the boy's name, mind you. Very tight-lipped.
Hey.
What did he look like?
Oh, that's
we never saw him. Augustus only ever talked about him. Wouldn't shut up, honestly.
Members of the Illuminated Tree are allowed in Lagambia, so I don't know how he would have.
No, he complained about that. He was one of the ones who was like, there's a few people in the school who thinks they should at least be allowed on the grounds for like, some people wanted to like debate them in public, and a lot of people are saying, no, they're not interested in debate. They don't care if they win or lose the debate. That's not what they want to have the debate for. They just want to,
Platform.
Yeah, a literal platform. They wanted to like build a tiny stage or something, but
we
kind of
have
looks
a
over.
whole stage.
Yes, but
Not for that. Though.
I know, but
well,
I'm saying
no,
in
hold on.
general.
The stage, the Ophelia Society kind of has a monopoly on the stage.
The what? Igora does a spit take.
The Ophelia Society, they've been doing concerts. They've been doing like lookalike contests.
Look-alike.
You know, that's creepy.
I mean, you have a look to aspire to.
This I need to see. Who's gonna judge it?
Oh
Besides
God,
the
Ophelia!
original?
Ophelia, join the lookalike contest and just don't tell anyone near you.
Wait, Igora,
Pull
Avi,
Adele.
come. Let's go to the Spire
No,
dormitory.
this is important. We should hear.
Come on. What if we do my makeup a little bit different?
Oh God!
Could we see if they can
That would be hilarious.
I watched that clip with Adele too. It was very funny. But I think I want to hear more with these people.
Someone tried to use like illusion magic to make it a perfect 1-to-1 copy, but the magic failed halfway through and you started melting. They got the special award for the people who go in last place. Like the people who get in last place always get a special award too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute. Aww.
Oh, that's amazing! I love it.
Incredible. I love my students so much. Gems, each and every one of you.
I don't suppose this is the guy who left, or maybe I guess you wouldn't know if it was the guy who he left for. And I show the sketch.
Give me a perception check real quick.
Fuck, 24. I have not rolled over a 5 all fucking night.
Does anyone else want to give me a perception check?
Oh, Agate will give you a perception check. 36 from Agate. Agate gets it.
38
The-
from Gama.
90%, 99% of the students you're talking to, including the one you were talking to directly, there's no recognition in it. There is one person on the far end of this like semicircle of students you're sitting on the grass with, who seems to their brow furrows a little bit.
You know this person.
Yeah, but you showed the whole sketch, right?
Yep.
Like this, but they're in the sketch. They're a student of the Megambi, aren't they?
Presumably. I mean, it's not like we have uniforms, so hard to say.
But
Or speaker.
they were with the person. Like I did see the boy Augustus was interested in once.
Oh.
They met at the very end of one of the bridges that leads into Nantambu proper, and points at the sketch. That person was escorting the boy.
Oh no.
That's Steen. Also, hello, Cooper. I told you this guy was connected. I told you. And everyone was like, Avi, that's just a guy. And I was like, it's definitely not. But he works with the illuminated tree. Interesting. And he was escorting Augustus's bow.
Wasn't it he in the sketch?
That is what you said.
Yes, that is true.
But if the sketch has changed, then the
No,
plot
I
is
was
thickening.
I was getting confused.
If you would like to retcon it, I can make that note.
No, that's fine.
Interesting.
I was thinking of something else.
Oh, interesting. Scary, but interesting. Does that?
I have
change
many
the answer of the
machinations that
student?
are not yet even revealed, possibly.
Does that change the answer of the student?
No.
Oh, good. But you don't know who they are. You just saw them briefly.
No, from a distance, it was just accidental. I was walking to class.
Well, good. I thank you, and I appreciate your forthrightness. Thank you.
But I don't think I have any more questions for these students.
They're gonna go get some dinner.
Well, my shopping trip was a bust.
Well, we can go shopping tomorrow. Or maybe the next day.
So, I do have a question for you all too. Are you going to reveal to anyone else at the school the map?
Yes.
Not yet.
No.
I think there's one person we should.
Who?
Would it be High Sun Mage Oyamba?
Yes.
I don't know.
The head of the school, the person in charge of us who gives us our work assignments.
Technically, the head
mean-
of Magambia's like fighting force too. The Sun.
Tell Teacher Ott.
You could, yeah.
I mean, fair.
We
but
should probably tell someone that we have something if we plan on pursuing this.
So we don't just
That's-
vanish from the
We're not
school.
doing anything with
I
it
think
yet.
the school would care if we just up and left because they don't seem to investigate those kinds of things.
Well, I mean, when you use magic to make people forget you exist, it's understandable.
I think
disagree.
Avi was talking about Charlotte.
It's
I'm
concerning
talking
that we're
about-
not sure who Charlotte was
I
talking
was
about.
talking about both of them because it's a pattern that is deeply
Ooh.
concerning, and I'm
Hey,
the
wait,
only person concerned about it.
Avi, maybe we should disappear and see what they do.
Let's test those boundaries a little.
Let's see if they fix the problem.
They won't.
You think they'd let Charlotte go missing a second time?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're
Endures
right.
of Darkness speaks up at this point. While I would not dream of criticizing any of your decisions, I would also like to point out the inherent danger of leaving and not telling people who could potentially rescue you where you're going.
No, you're right, but it is tempting. Also,
Listen,
even if we were in trouble in Endures in Darkness, I'm gonna level with you.
Nothing I have seen of this school so far has indicated to me that they will help you if you are in danger. As a matter of fact, they seem to send us into danger more often than not. And that is something that is true for you as well.
I mean,
Oh.
I would help you, and I'm a member of the school.
Oh.
We're talking about the
Boy.
administration.
I mean, we're all part of the
Yeah.
administration.
Listen, indoors, if
We are the
we're
man.
in trouble, if we're
Us.
in trouble, who's gonna come save us? We're the ones who go save.
I mean, at that point, I think the school would probably reach out to the Pathfinder Society.
Oh, but they're
We
Oh, I'm
become
sure
the
that's
AP.
I'm sure that's what they
man.
did with Charlotte. I'm sure that's what they did with Kiara. If
One
they're
day I'll
just
get-
outsourcing everything to the Pathfinder Society, then maybe this problem is bigger than we thought it was.
One day I'll tell you guys the story of what happened to the Pathfinder group who went after
Uh-oh.
Charlotte.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
So they
Avi-
did outsource it.
Avi,
I
you
mean,
can
that's what
put
the
your red
Pathfinder
string
Society
away.
is for. If they don't succeed, you don't have to pay them.
that's why there's
What
no.
was that, Ophelia?
Sorry, I feel like...
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said, Avi, you can put your red string away.
My red string.
Is that why there's no Garl in this world?
Oh, my corkboard. No. I have that back in my room.
There might be a girl in this world. Who knows?
I'd like to hire Garl.
Connecting all the dots.
Trapped in amber
I think
somewhere.
here's the thing. I think we shouldn't tell anybody just yet.
Yes.
No, yeah, not till we're leaving, but we should.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even then, really only like teacher art. Maybe.
Hi, Sun Mage.
Anatimo. Oh yeah, the Sun Mage probably.
Yeah, the person who literally oversees me, please.
I should just note, just for the sake of it, guys, whether or not you tell the school, as far as I can tell, it's not actually that important. It just makes a difference
Crazy.
whether or not this is a thing that the school assigns you to do, or you just get to do it yourselves.
Oh my god.
Crazy how the school doesn't care.
They do
Crazy
care,
how
and
I'm right.
they would also like thank you for your contribution to the Magambia, the text implying that you give the school the map.
Crazy
No.
how we're gonna keep the map. They can't have
To
it.
be fair, they turn around and say, "Here, take the map and go and find the city." Little peek behind the
Wow.
curtain there.
Cool.
Wow. Oh, so is that a difference of having to? I wonder if it's a difference of having to take our students with us again,
No,
or
I
leaving
don't
them
think.
No.
Yeah, there is
'Cause
no
I don't wanna
indication
take
you're
'em.
taking the students. This is not an archaeological expedition necessarily. This is a possible, search into the. And it should be noted, you guys know that the area that the city is supposed to reside in, that the map leads you to, is an area called the Screaming Jungle.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Ew. No thanks.
It is called the Golden City.
Yeah.
Also, this is getting a little ahead of ourselves, but they also will point out that they will want to keep the expedition small, because the more people who potentially learn of there being a lifeline to the city puts you and possibly the city in danger. Who knows? There are
Exactly.
unscrupulous people out there.
Yeah.
Somewhere Frog Legs goes, "What?"
I think either way, we should have a discussion with administration. I think about Osaibu, and I think also about what we know about the illuminated tree and Kiara. I don't know what good telling them
Well,
is going to do, but I
Let me ask you
know
guys this
anyway.
question, though. I will ask you this on stream, just so I can be held to this later, possibly. Are you guys planning to do anything about either the illuminated tree or whatever's going on at the Black Hat before you leave for the city?
I would
Yes.
actually love to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
100%.
I know that
yes.
delays the progression of this
That's
AP.
fine.
Well, let's
That is
see.
fine.
Listen, that's
Two
why we
little
came
bars
back.
float in the air above you. Which option are you planning to choose, or do you want
Stay,
a
stay,
week?
stay, 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 stay.
No. No. Which path are you going to take? Do you want to follow
Oh.
the roots of the tree, or plunge the depths of the Black Hat?
Por qué no
Both.
los dos?
I think that
we
means
need
why
the
not
whole
both.
party here to decide that
Yes,
one.
I agree.
That's
So-
fair. I will now have
Also,
to
I
prepare
see-
both eventualities.
Yes, you
I
will.
see no reason why we cannot do both.
Or just,
while we are in town.
Split
Decide
the
who's not going
party?
anywhere.
or you know,
Split
prepare
the
one. Tell us which
party?
one you've prepared beforehand. We do that one next week, and then we do the one the week after. Done. But yeah, I think
I'm going to then offer 2 scenes at the end of the night here now. Um,
Oh my god. You spoil us.
you guys see once again, though you characters don't, the darkened candlelit halls somewhere in a stone structure. A familiar figure to you guys at this point, wearing a gold fox-like mask, passes 2 guards into a familiar room with the ghostly trees on either side and mist filling the room. A voice rings out before the throne. Do not think what has transpired in Mazzali has gone unnoticed. Like, I believe I have reported everything that the Magambians accomplished in the city. It is not the Magambians I speak of. But do not be afraid. I simply have a new role for you. And then we go to another scene.
No.
A dimly lit room with no windows and stone floors. There are shelves and chests and chains hanging from the ceiling with numerous oddities and talismans and bottles with wriggling contents hanging from them. There is the sound of bare feet slapping on stone as a figure crosses the room. They stop. They turn their head to glance at a mirror on the wall. They step closer to the mirror into the light of an overhanging lantern. A face stares back at the figure. Purple skin, horns, messy, unkempt white hair, and a shaking hand rises to their face and touches the blood around their mouth. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Girl, what did you do?
That's what she's asking herself.
well, I hate to say I told you so.
I mean, we don't know what she did. She's just having a little snack.
Aw, we hate to hear you say "told you so."
But my
But,
friends,
yeah.
Girl dinner.
girl
Girl
dinner. Thank you, my friends, for coming to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like The Wild Ambition on Wednesday, The Astral Calling on Friday, and Salt and Strategy on Saturday. You know what? There's someone talking about Geb in Gebalore.
Oh, wow.
And they're a VTuber, so we're going to go raid them.
Speaking of places people are dying to get into.
Yep.
Jeez.
So, everyone, thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone.